listen to Tuesdays with Stories, folks. This is a fun episode.
Yeah, we got a wild one. I apologize for every single thing I say. I'm really sorry. I was trying to be funny, and I hate myself.
And, sorry, Kyle.
You are now checked in to Stand Up New York Labs. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me, and I can't choose what I want to say. This censorship will take us to hell, and no one wants to be themselves.
Hey, everybody.
Whoa! I was not ready for that one.
Well, I wanted to try something different. We've done
right.
about 200 episodes. This is the first episode ever we started without you knowing we were starting.
You got that right, kiddo.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, I was taken aback.
What episode are we on, by the way? Do you have any idea what number we're at?
It's got to be 4,000.
It's got 4,000, 5,000?
Something like we were serious for, what, 2 years?
No, that was only 4 days. Yep, and boy, the people are really giving heat to Sirius on the Twitter.
You got it. I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
We appreciate it, folks. Thanks for having our back.
And people are really speaking up of this Kumia network, too. They're throwing that out there, and they were all very sweet, but I think we're going to stay right here at the old labs.
It's comfortable. My shoes are off. Kumia's got a gun at my temple. I don't know what's what.
Yeah, it's terrifying, but then we met with a guy who had a suit on over here the other day. They got a new suit over here at the labs. And,
yeah, he bought us a meatball or two.
We got a meatball sandwich out of the deal. And, folks, if you want us on the network, toss a meatball our way.
Oh, boy, we had meatballs last night, didn't we?
We're a couple of meatballs.
Oh, boy, Chipotle's sweating a little bit, huh? E. coli.
I went right into the heart of it. I was out in the Pacific Northwest and I went right to Chipotle. My friend's wife, she was like, "Oh, I don't know, Chipotle," and I was like, "It's like the day after a crash. This is the safest time to fly."
No, they're still shutting them down though.
Well, I didn't tell her that part.
Yeah, and I'm with you there, Sloppy Jalopy, because I went to Chipotle yesterday. I was with a friend. He goes, "They're full of E. coli," and I was like, "I got a gift card."
Yeah, I got one for you, but I didn't bring it.
That's fine.
We're getting so many. Some guy gave us one in Boston. We got to talk about Boston for a moment because we did the live show.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was our best.
I thought we pulled it out.
It was good. I'm saying it wasn't our best.
You get so insecure up there. I don't know if it's your shtick or if it's you being genuine. I can't tell sometimes.
I got a small shtick.
It's doing pretty thick.
But I got a thick shtick. Write it down.
Title.
There it is. Nice to get that title out early.
Right out of the way.
Tidal wave.
Ooh.
Oh, write that down too. It's a competition for thick shtick.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, Tidal Wave. That might be a better title.
I like it.
All right. Well,
that could be the name of the whole fucking show.
No, I think it's Tuesdays with Stories.
Oh, right.
We got to stick with 4th in here.
That's true, yeah. 3 years at Sirius.
That show, it was good, but it's tough with the audio because everything here I just assume is killing. Everything I assume they're all rolling around peeing on each other at home.
They should be if they know what's what.
But you just say it, and it's just a room full of people just looking. Maybe it was high ceilings. I don't know.
High ceilings, that's always a go-to. Yeah, but they're staring, they're into it. I saw a couple ladies looking at their phone. I don't know if we're for all the gals.
No, I think this guy's bringing dates to see the show, and I assume they buy a rape kit and dump these guys right after.
Sure.
And we opened pretty hard. You said cunt pretty early on. And
Did I?
Yeah, we talked about a Q-tip in the dick hole. And,
yes. A little pedophilia peppered in.
Yeah. And we had Alvin David and Dan Belger, two of my favorite guys.
Yeah.
But here's what I think we did. I feel like we sandbagged them because we're having such a fun time. We didn't say, "Hey, come up with some stories. Let's talk about this." And I just sprung the Air Force business on Alvin. I'm like, hit me with an Air Force story. And that's not the way to go. I fucked up there.
You assume Air Force, you're going to have some humdingers.
I'm sure he does, but he might not have thought of his dinging hums before.
Right.
I just was like, Air Force.
Right, no prep.
Yeah, but he had some. The underwear with the drips.
That was something.
That was definitely something.
Maybe because I sent it to Johnny, our producer guy. Mm-hmm. Maybe we can put out as a bonus.
Hey, well, they will do a boner episode.
Yeah, big bone.
But it was fun, and that one girl hated us, that woman.
Oh,
we were running
woman,
late.
Yeah, the woman who put on the whole show really hated it. We got there. It's show started at 8. We got there what 7:55.
Well, I don't want to cast. She didn't put it on. She just managed the bar.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah, I mean the McHughes, they put it together. We put
Right.
it together. So, but the woman that managed the venue, but like I think they're used to bands.
Yeah, they got Motley Crue coming in there with 8 amps and 4 snares.
That's a lot of snares.
Well, that's a big drum kit.
Well, typically there's only one snare.
Aha.
A couple of toms.
Tom.
Yeah, Tom 1, Tom 2. Some people have 3 toms, 4 toms, and there's a floor tom.
Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Indeed.
I use a Tom to get here.
What's a tom tom?
It's a little GPS device.
Ah.
Never heard of the Tom?
Yeah, I think that's a little old, isn't it?
Well, it's an old vehicle. I got a VCR too, buddy.
You don't have a vehicle.
That's true.
Anywho,
Uh-huh.
so we were driving there in my mother's vehicle, but they used to, like you said, the Motley Crue has a crew.
Yeah.
And they show up. But we just thoughts. We're
Yeah.
ready to go on.
Right.
So we showed up at 7:58 for an 8:00 show, and
Uh-huh.
we're making some adjustments on the fly
I just gotta
here.
come down a smooch.
Mark had tubes in his ears. Let's not forget.
They're sensitive.
Need us forget. But anyway, so we got there very late, and they were just pissed.
Yeah.
It's weird when people, usually I have a thing where I'm like, oh, this person I think is perturbed.
Right.
But this was just flat out, we hate you.
Flat out cuntiness, yeah.
Yeah, she is not happy, and very attractive gal.
I hit on her a few times, but she was not having it.
No, she was pissed, and she was like, she didn't want to give me a water. I was like, can I get one of those waters? She's like, are you one of the comedians? I was like, it's my show. Give me
Right.
the water. There's 2 of us. What are you talking about?
And we set up our merch table, and she was like, merch. Okay, put it over here. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's like, maybe if you got here on time. But I'm like, we don't even need a table. Can you just keep an eye on these shirts?
Right, right.
But anyways, I want to thank everyone that came out, bought a shirt. Frankie Gwynn was there. I barely got a chance to chat with him.
Love the Gwyn.
And a guy gave us gift cards there, and they were big gift cards. Big
Yes.
dogs.
Yes.
They were like $50 dogs.
That's right. That guy. Oh, I got to tell you, I went home with JJ that night. I got to
Who's
give a shout out to
JJ?
JJ because I had a bus ride back. I got back to New York at 3 a.m. JJ was one of our fans. He's come to a bunch of shows. He came to the Creek.
Oh, JJ!
Yeah. So I had they had a dame there. And I was like, I'll give you a ride to your car, and JJ will give me a ride to the bus station. So me and JJ chatted the whole way.
Wow.
Nice kid.
Wow, a ride from a fan.
Yeah, it's a risk. That's when you're glad you're not a woman.
Yeah, I'm always glad I'm not a woman. They got
Always?
a tough deal over there.
I got some perks.
Yeah, I guess there's some perks, but everyone's trying to fuck you, and the
True.
bleeding out of the thing, and the
Right.
pregnancy scare, and then the
Yeah.
social thing. If you fuck a bunch of people, you're a piece
Right,
of shit.
right.
Can you imagine if you were a woman fucking the way you fuck?
Oh my God.
You'd be outcast.
Out got to be the Scarlet Letter.
Yes.
Adultery. But yeah, so yeah, it's got to be tough. But I guess, what are the perks? You live longer. That's something.
You live a little
You
longer.
pay less in insurance.
And it's easier to get laid.
Aha.
So there's like a tiny bit, but I think the monsters outweigh the fucking like you
The
can
monster. That's a good word for period.
Yeah.
The monsters here.
get. Well, I was talking about these rapey people,
Ah, got it.
but the monster as well.
Yeah.
There's some benefits. There's less fighting. You don't have to do a lot of fist fighting.
True.
There's not a lot of pressure to be manly.
Right. If you open a jar, it's like impressive.
Yeah.
If you're a lady.
There's that, and then I think this is not always a popular opinion, but in this industry, there's certain things you can stand out a little easier.
Interesting. There's less of them.
Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things. Everyone's trying to fuck you again, and you have
Sure.
to wonder if everything's fucked. But if you're a solid comic as a woman, you're
Oh.
standing out a lot more than you are as a solid comic as a straight white guy who's about 5,000 of us.
Right. You're going places.
Yeah. It's not an advantage to have 90% of the people doing comedy white, straight guys.
No.
That is a
no.
disadvantage.
Yeah, people assume you got a million of you, the majority. That's bad in this business.
Yeah, this business is not good.
No, you want to stand out. You want to be a novelty.
Yeah, you have a show with 8 people, and there's 1 black guy and 1 woman and 6 straight white guys. It's easier to go like, we like the black guy.
Of course.
Because otherwise you're like, I like the one guy. The guy with the
Yeah.
jacket. No. The guy with the No. The
Yeah,
guy with the
yeah.
bit. Who did that bit?
Right.
How many
right.
times have you done a show and they're confusing bits because
Oh.
you and the other guy?
All the time.
They never confuse your bits with the girl that was on the show. They're like, she was the girl and he was the guy.
And what a letdown that is. They go, oh, I love that bit you had. And you go, ooh, here it comes. Here we go with the compliments. And they
Yeah.
go, the one about the airplane. You go, that was Billy.
Yeah, Billy. Hey, that's a good bit by Billy, though. Billy Connolly.
Solid bit.
But other than that, it seems like a nightmare to be a girl. And there's also pressure to get married and have a house. And also, we can sleep on couches and in cars.
Right.
You can be 35 with roommates, but if you're a woman, everyone's like, what are you doing? You've got to get your life together, you dumb cunt.
Right. We can walk around with headphones at night. No one needs to walk us to the car. Yeah, there's some downsides.
I'm scared of walking as a man. I'm scared of everyone. So as a woman with the rape business.
And, the raping. Got to be tough.
Yeah, rape. Oof. Boy, vey.
I wonder if there's a hinge, just a tint of complimentary there. Wow, this guy wants to fuck me so bad that he's willing to rape me.
No, I don't think so.
All right, I didn't think so
either.
I
think there's a tint when some weirdo's like, hey, can I buy you a drink? I think maybe there's a tint of
maybe there's a tint there.
At least people trying to fuck me.
Right.
But an animal raping you, there's no tint.
Yeah.
That's
it just
bad.
Once I'd like to spray someone in the face with mace who wanted to fuck me that bad.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how often that happens. A guy actually tries to rape and a girl executes the mace situation.
I bet it's pretty good.
I think it's a very, very low percentage.
You don't think
it's the same with guns? You can't. It's not. You can't. There's this thing. You can't just fucking go in there, pull it out, and accurately nail. You know how hard it is to spray somebody in the face with mace? The wind's blowing. They're moving. I mean, come on.
It is a windy night.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Well, we're getting too political here.
You ever maced someone or been maced?
Politics. No, but I've been tear gassed after the 2004 American League Championship Series.
Come again?
American League Championship Series. The Major League Baseball is divided into two conferences, if you will, leagues. And the Boston Red Sox are a representative of the American League, and they once beat the New York Yankees.
Wait, what's the other league?
The National League.
Well, isn't that kind of redundant? American and National?
It's quite redundant, yes.
All right.
But, what are you going to do?
Over here we got the Americans, and over here we got the U.S. of A's.
Yeah, it's real silly. But a lot of these places have the... What are we doing with this episode?
Oh, we're tangenting.
A lot of leagues have the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference, but Major League Baseball, it's all over.
San
Francisco is in a different league than Oakland, even though they're right across the pond or river or whatever's going on over there. Bay!
Mm-hmm. Bayside.
Hey, why do they call them seagulls? Otherwise, they'd be bagels.
Love a bagel.
So anyways, we went to that aquarium in Boston and
Oh, right, Boston.
Yeah, we were in Boston.
Beantown, baby.
Oh, but I got tear gas. That's what happened.
Oh, that's right.
So we won the thing and everyone was but these kids, these knuckleheads, these fucking idiot college kids, and these are the white kids, by the way. I feel like we bring up race, and so we gotta paint it on these fucking white idiots that want to blow up a car and knock a car over after a World Series, and they're almost exclusively always white, so fuck them. And but these kids, they're knocking over cars and they're setting fire to fucking their hair, and then of course the police come and they gotta shoot fucking tear gas, and one kid died, I think. They hit a kid with a tear gas pellet to the eye.
Holy smokes.
But anyways, smokes.
Yeah.
So they threw the shit, but we were all running. But I was laughing because it was the best night of my life. So when I was getting it, you started coughing and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And you think, but you're still laughing because it's a joyous occasion. It was pretty wild.
Wow.
It was a wild scene. I saw one guy naked running through with the Dominican flag. He was like, woo! It was like, yeah!
Where'd he get that thing, I wonder?
Dominica.
Ah. Wow, he flew in for the flag.
Yeah, well, we had a big Dominican. We had Pedro and David Ortiz and Manny Ramirez. This was like, because some comic the other day at the festival was like, he's like, I've never been to Boston. He's like, does a joke about Dominican. He's like, you got Dominicans in Boston? And I'm like, what are you kidding? This is Dominican, baby. We're the Dominican dominated.
Is that right?
Well, Pedro, he changed the whole landscape. You go down to Hyde Park, Roxbury, it's all Dominicans.
Interesting.
For a while, for like a 10-year period, the bleachers would just be Dominican flags everywhere in Boston.
Who knew?
Yeah. We were the kings of Dominica.
DR.
Oh, Dominican Republic. I keep saying it wrong. I'm stupid. All right, let's get into some spicy. Now, you've been teasing me. Can you get into this big tease story?
Oh, you sure you're ready, Papa Giorgio?
I don't know what it is. You haven't told me. Frankly, I feel like our friendship is suffering because of this podcast and this dumb story that you've been teasing.
What are you, crazy? What are you talking about?
You keep telling me, you're like, I can't tell you, I'm gay.
It's like, I'm saying it's going to be good. It's good Potter.
I know, but I want to know. I feel like everyone knows out there.
No one knows.
Nobody
I haven't told
knows.
anyone. I'm saving it. This is an exclusive.
Oh, please tell me you fucked a guy. Or Schumer.
Shit, thanks for blowing it.
Oh, geez. Well, did you blow it?
He did. All right, so I'll give you the whole lay of the anal here. I got back on a Schumer gig. It's been a while. So she goes, hey, private jet. Mm-hmm. down to Florida. We're doing FSU, Florida State University, 10,000 people. It's what they call the powwow. It's their big homecoming.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Atlantic Coast Conference.
There you go. National League. So I go, great. She goes, meet at my house at 4:30. I almost gave her address. Jesus, that was close.
Uh-oh.
And I meet at her house 4:30. I show up. How about this? I'm walking. I see a movie shoot going on. Craft service. I go, I make a plate.
You're in the union.
I'm in the union, but I go up, I make a plate, and I got a book bag on. I look like I'm in a movie, like set, like maybe a PA or something.
Yeah, well, you're very handsome, black hair, you're a white guy, you're in SAG.
I don't know about any of that, if that played into it, but you walk in like you own the place. It's a big tent. Everybody's making a plate, making lunch.
Yeah.
I go in, I make a plate, I eat it. I walk to Schumer's house. I see Tina Fey.
Tina Fey.
I go, hey, what a town.
She's also in the union.
That's right.
Isn't that crazy? We're in the same union as Robert De Niro.
Oh, weird.
Pretty fascinating. You and me and Tom Hanks all belong to the same union.
Wow.
Pretty wild.
We should call him.
Yeah.
So I walk up. Schumer's late as usual. I'm eating my food, whatever. Car pulls up. We jump in. We head to Teterboro. It's an airport in Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
We get there. We jump on the jet. It's me, Rachel Feinstein, Kyle Dunnigan, a couple like road manager people. We're sitting on the jet. Good times. We're talking. And somehow it comes up like Rachel's obsessed with relationships. And she's like, when are you going to get in a relationship? I was like, well, there was this one gal. And it kind of fell through, but I really liked her. I really wanted to date her. And it just never worked out. And she's
The
like,
peg leg.
different girl.
Ah, shit.
Before Peggy.
I love the peg leg.
Why'd you like her?
She was fun.
She was fun.
I hung out. She's the only one I hung out with.
Ironically, great body.
Plus a peg leg.
Yeah, it was a Peg, all right.
All right, so keep going.
So, but I get a lot of tweets about Peg.
I think I like the peg.
All right.
Plus, I feel like we could get away with more if you're dating a handicapped gal.
Interesting.
Yeah,
We could definitely use the ramp.
Yeah, if I could get a boyfriend and you could get a black girlfriend, I feel like we'd really be in business.
Oh, well, it could be arranged. Mm-hmm. So we're flying. We're talking about this girl. It's like, man, I really had a thing for her, but she lives in L.A. She flew out of my life. We had a fling, blah, 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 but I really had a thing for her. And they're like, you gotta call her. Call her. If you like her, let her know. And I hate when girls do that because they're like, you're just saying what you would want. You know,
Right.
all these girls are on the plane, they're standing up. They're like, you gotta call her. You gotta send her flowers. Call her tonight. I'm gonna watch. I was like, no, shut up.
Yeah.
And, but they're like, well, at least text her. I was like, fine, I'll fucking text her. So we land. I text her all over my shoulder, all the girls, whoo, go, go. They're all fingering themselves. They're excited. And, they're like, yeah, okay. I text her. Great, good, fine. I go, hey, I've been thinking about you. I get no response, whatever. So we go do the show. Show's amazing. 10,000 people. They're hot. They're killer. Kyle goes up, kills. Rachel goes up, kills. I go up, have a great one. I got a great photo of it on Instagram. Check it out.
4-person show in an arena.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it was like cheerleaders, dance team. The whole show is unreal. They plan all year for this. It's a huge event.
Wow.
And there's smoke everywhere. And I went out into the stands, and it's just millions of kids. Not millions, but thousands of kids. Cute girls, fun guys, gays, whatever. And Schumer goes up and annihilates. Just when she walks out, standing O, the whole thing. It's crazy.
Wow.
She's got music playing.
Did they do the tomahawk chop?
No, it's weird because like some stuff is considered racist, but some isn't. Like I'm like, it's called a powwow. You're the
Right.
Seminoles, but then the chop is racist. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's all stupid. So,
Well, those Seminoles got a bad deal.
yeah.
But let's not get into that.
So, we leave the show, and one of the great things about opening for like a big star is like the little perks. Like the tour guy came in, he goes, before we went on, he goes, all right, you guys hungry? Here's a menu. So we just pick food. You get off stage, and there's like this amazing spread waiting for you.
Wow. Hey,
Just
we
in the-
got meatballs.
That's true. But this is just waiting for you in the green room, you know? So you go
Yeah.
in, you eat, and Schumer's like, I gotta go to L.A. I'll see you fags later. And, jeez. And I was like, all right,
Hey, that's
cool.
her, not you.
Yeah, she said it. And I was like, all right, cool. And so we're sitting in there eating, and we go, well, let's just go back to the hotel. We're in a different hotel. Me, Rachel, and Kyle, the openers. We go to this hotel. We get an Uber driver. Uber driver's one of those people. It's a blonde woman. She's probably 45. She's talking a little too much. She's telling us about her life, and I'm in the front like, oh, get out of here. You don't say. And as a joke, she's like, yeah, I got divorced like 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh, that's brutal. Well, if you want to get a drink, meet me in the lobby of this hotel. And she goes, oh, shut up. Ha, ha, ha. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So we go in, we check in. I go upstairs. I'm about to fall asleep in my panties, just laying there.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook message. Hey, I'm in the lobby.
Uh-oh.
I was like, ah, shit. She bought. She bought it.
This is the Uber woman?
Yeah.
She found you on Facebook.
Yes.
Wow.
And I go, oh. So I go, I'm not going to respond. I'm already shifted into that mode where you're like, I'm done for the night.
Uh-huh.
You know, I got a full belly, had a hot set. I'm watching porn on my phone.
Yeah.
So another one comes in. Well, I'm in the low. You're missing out here. You're really missing out. I'm like,
boy.
oh, geez, missing out. Ah, God, I should not tell the story. It's pretty horrific.
Oh, boy. You've been teasing it for 3 months
All
here.
right, so I go, shit. So I feel guilty. She's sitting there alone. She's divorced. She's a mom. So I go, all right, well, I'm trying to just be as blunt as possible, just throwing it out there. So I go, well, I'm in 223. If you want to come up and have a crazy night or something like that, like, I'm going all in.
Yeah.
If you're not in, then fuck you. If you're in, great. So 2 seconds later, it felt like 2 seconds. Knock at the door. I was like, oh my God, I'm in underwear, no shirt, so I throw pants on real quick just to look presentable.
Hey, pants and no shirt. That's a good look for either gender.
That's a good look.
Yeah, I remember Jose Canseco. He had that poster my sister had. It made me feel funny.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Something
really.
moved.
Yeah, I think that's why I'd like Apollo so much. Similar looks.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, she knocks on the door. You got the Canseco going on.
Yeah, weird that his name's Jose. When you put it with the Canseco, it works, but just, hey, Jose.
Yeah, well, he's Latino.
I know, but Jose, you picture a guy, making a taco.
Well, not to be confused with Hose B.
Aha.
You ever hear that joke?
Too many times. So, she comes in, and I'm like, oh, this is the place, blah, blah, blah. She's like, well, it's pretty nice. And we just start making out immediately.
Oh, wow.
Just going at it, and we're laying on the bed, making out. We get naked immediately. The whole thing.
Boy, this is hot stuff.
Yeah, and she goes, you have a condom? And I go, no. And
Now, why aren't you carrying condoms?
I didn't expect, it was an Uber driver. I don't know, I thought it'd be in and out.
What do you mean don't expect? You get laid every night. You're having sex every night all over. Buy a box of condoms.
I should have some.
Go to the Condom Depot. We're not, they don't pay us for this, but there's
should.
a great website.
Yeah.
Go to Condom Depot. Get yourself fucking 1,000 condoms for $100.
You're so, because this happened to me multiple times where I got,
Yes.
fucked.
Stuff them in your pockets, in your asshole, in your hat, every bag
Right.
you have. Just have them.
You're right.
I got herpes and fucking warts over here. I fucked 11 girls in my life.
Yeah.
More than that.
All right. You're
38
right. No, you're right. I should have them.
38. Not bad number.
38, really?
Not a bad number. Respectable. I got glasses and overbite,
Yeah.
weird teeth, yellow ass.
Yellow ass, indeed. 38 special.
Not bad.
All right, so
So you got no condoms.
I got
which
no
is
condoms.
Insane.
insanity.
Yeah, and you got a Floridian Uber driver in her 40s, recently divorced.
And these tattoos are unreal.
Oh, tattoos. You didn't mention the tattoos.
Wild tattoos.
Wow.
Rampant.
Although if the divorce is good though, because she probably was with one guy for a long time.
That's true. And she seemed like a reasonable lady until all this.
The seemed like never worked, buddy.
Never
I'll
works.
show you my dick after. I'll show you what seemed like looks like.
I'm dying to see that thing.
Oh, it's a wild, a lot of colors.
Oh boy, it's a tie-dye down there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going at it. And I go, well, I guess we don't have a condom. And I wasn't half into this, So I was like, all right, well, you don't have a condom. We shouldn't do anything, And she has a tramp stamp that says
It says something.
Kyle right above the
in
butt.
Chinese or in English?
In English, Kyle.
Oh, wow.
Clear as day. And I go, who's Kyle? She goes, that's my son.
Ah.
I go, oh my God, this is getting weirder and weirder. So I go, well, I guess we should do anal as a joke. And she goes, I love anal. And
Wow.
I go,
Wait, Kyle.
Oh boy. So I go, well, anal, that's pretty good. Can't get any diseases from that,
Yeah, that's not how it works.
I know.
The anal is dirtier. I mean, you can just use your imagination. A butthole is dirtier than a vagina.
Sure.
There's seeds and sparkles in there.
I wish there were sparkles. So I pop it in
Into her butthole.
the butt.
A poppin'. Now, what are we using for lubricant?
Not much.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, it's dry
Spit?
anal here.
Are you licking?
There was some spit.
Probably a sweat. Seems like a sweaty. She's driving in an Uber, so she's probably got a little back sweat, maybe.
I guess there was some swamp ass going on.
Yeah.
I pop in, and it's so gooey and tight that I just, boom, immediately.
You came?
I pull out, I shot all over Kyle.
You came on a 45-year-old divorced Uber driver's ass with no lubricant.
Yes.
Wow, boy, you got something. I'm over here. I got clamps on my nipples and birds chirping, music, oils. I can't come for the life of me.
Well, this gal, She knew what to do. She was into it. I mean, it was head down, ass up, rubbing the clit. There was a mirror next to me, so I saw everything. Giant jugs flapping, hanging.
The mirror helped.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy,
I mean, she was a looker. She was a looker.
I know, but I'm not a looker. I see myself in that mirror. I start picking my teeth.
I was out. I was kind of backing out of the mirror.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. The mirror was cut off right to me, which was perfect.
Who's shooting this? Scorsese? This is a hell of a frame.
It was a Fellini film there.
Oh, my God.
It was all slanted and weird tint. So, so I go, all right. And she was wildly disappointed. I was like, that's all I got.
Of course she's disappointed. You blew one in her ass and kicked her out.
No, I blew it on Kyle.
Oh, you pulled out and came on Kyle?
Yes.
You came on her son.
Oh, big time.
Wow.
Firstborn.
Here comes the sun.
You got that right.
That's what that song's about.
Yeah.
About fucking an Uber driver in the asshole.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. This is a humdinger.
Hum-ding. It's a cum-dinger.
Now, what does your pee-pee look like? Are you covered in business or what?
I didn't look at it. So she goes, do you mind if I shower? I go, please, shower.
Yeah, you gotta let her shower.
Of course. So I go in the bathroom. She's in the bathroom, the sink and the shower, like in two different rooms, one of those jobs.
That's a nice hotel you got there.
It was pretty sweet. There was a W.
Oh, I love a W. Not as a president, though, folks? Yeah. Come on. Go Bernie.
Yeah. So I look down. My dick.
Uh-oh. Bloody?
Brown!
Oh, a BD.
Oh, yeah.
A BC. Brown cock.
Dr. Brown.
Boston College.
Yeah, brown soda. It was a doozy. And I go, ah! I freak out. I let out a shriek.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my God. So I just dropped my junk into the sink and I just started cleaning away.
Oh.
It was like one of those birds that gets in an oil thing. You know, I was cleaning the bird off. So I was just, oh my God. And I was like, you gotta go. I like panicked. I was like, you gotta get out of here. This is too much. I got dial going down there. I got suds in the sink on my dick. I was scrubbing like there was no tomorrow. And, she was like, all right, cool. This is fun. I'm double parked. I was like, all right, great. I felt horrified. I was like, what have I done? What am I doing with my life? Oh my God. My flight was that's why I was trying to get some sleep. My flight was at 7 a.m., so I had to be up by 5, out by 6, the whole thing. And so I jump on the plane. I tell Rachel and Kyle, I meet them. We talk. They're like, you did that? That's crazy. We're having a good laugh, you know. That's one thing that's good about being a guy. You can kind of wash it off.
Yes.
You know, it kind of rolls off the anal.
The sink.
Yeah. So we're in the airport. We got Schumer surprised us. She bumped us up to first class.
Oh, hell, wow. Pooh.
So now we're flying first class from, what's it called? Tallahassee to LaGuardia.
Mm-hmm.
That's how great Schumer is. She flies us back on her dime, first class, and got us a car at the airport to each of our houses.
I bet it was more than a dime there, Mark.
Yeah, you got a point. It was expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So we get on the plane. This is it, baby. We're sitting in first class. I'm like, I got to get some sleep. I was up all night raping Kyle. I got to go to bed, you know, and everybody's like, all right, cool. So I tuck her up. Kyle Dunnigan sitting next to me. Great guy. We really hit it off.
Is he the Kyle?
No, shit. I didn't even realize that.
I thought that was going to be the story.
Oh, that would be a twist.
Oh, I felt like I ruined it. He was like, I hooked up with this woman, Barbara Dunnigan, last night.
Oh, my God.
Oh, holy hell.
What a twist.
Boy, I thought that was it for a second.
Well, choose your own adventure, folks. We'll make a different alternate ending.
I'm glad it wasn't, because I feel like I would have ruined the story.
You might have.
Boy.
But that would have been great if you called it.
Yeah. All right, so anyways, what happens?
All right, so I kind of tuck her away on the side of the plane. I'm trying to nap a little bit. I got a blanket on, the whole thing.
Yeah, brown dick.
And Kyle goes, you're not going to believe this. I think that chick is on the plane.
What?
And I go, what chick? And he goes,
Mom.
The chick you were talking about on the jet. The girl I was like, I'm so into her.
Oh, that chick.
That chick.
I thought you meant Anal Kyle girl.
No, she's dead. She's got to be dead. So I was like, what? Because I showed him a picture. And he goes, I think that's her. And I go, there's no way. Just I happen to mention her, blah, blah, blah. She's on the plane. I look up, you know, I inch over the seat, you know, with my eyeballs. It's her!
What?
She's sitting 3 rows behind us.
I thought she's from L.A.
She is.
And she's in Jacksonville, Tallahassee.
She had some, layover or something.
Foot surgery.
I don't know.
Tallahassee Lassie.
So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I look at my phone. She texted back. She goes, it's crazy you wrote. I'm coming to New York.
Wow.
And I go, holy shit. So I'm like, I got to go say hi. She has no idea I'm on the plane. I would have changed her fucking life.
So Dunnigan just sees a person boarding the plane and recognizes her from a picture you showed the day before?
We were late to get on the plane. Everyone's seated. We were late. We have the first 2 seats on the plane.
Yeah.
And she's like 4 behind us in first class also.
Wow.
Yeah. Unreal.
This is unreal.
If this was in a rom-com, you'd go, it's too cheesy.
It's in a podcast, and I feel that way.
Well, it happened.
That's crazy.
I should get Kyle in here. Not the come on the face Kyle, but the other one.
Yeah, you don't want the sun, Kyle.
No, he hates me.
Yeah, there goes the sun.
He might kill me.
Yeah, I would imagine. What if he listens?
Oh, well, your mom's a lovely lady.
Maybe we can convince him it's a different Uber driver from Florida with Kyle on it. There's got to be like 12 of them down there.
That's true. She might have driven for Lyft.
So the girl is, she's on the plane.
She's on the plane.
Wow.
So
girl
now
on the plane.
now I'm sitting with Kyle going, we got to have a game plan here. We got to figure this out. How are we going to say, I can't just go up to her and go, hey, how about this? I got to make it snazzy. I got to make it fun, like magical.
Right.
So,
how magical?
We come up with a couple plans.
Okay.
One, we had a big meal on the plane. They feed you in first class. It's unreal.
I'm familiar.
Yeah. So I was going to go up to her when she was done and go, can I take that for you? And then she was going to look up and go, what the fuck? Oh, my God. That was number one.
Mm-hmm. What is she, aisle, window, middle?
She's window on the opposite row.
Okay.
So, geez, I don't want to paint an anal here, but I'm 1A up against the right window, and she's probably 5D.
Or maybe an F, depending on how many rows there are.
Yeah, well, there was 2.
All right, so she's
class.
a D.
All right, she's a D. D cup. So.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Maybe double. So I go, all right. But then I get the flight attendant involved. I'm like, you're not going to believe this. I've been in love with this chick and blah, blah, blah. And now she's here. And women will do anything for love. On a plane, there's no rule. I mean, there's a lot of rules and everything. There's all these regulations. But if you go, I love this girl. I gotta propose tonight. They'll go, we'll keep the plane in the air. We'll throw people out, whatever you need.
Yeah. We'll let Muslims in the cockpit.
Right. So,
I shouldn't have said Muslims. I should have said terrorists.
Boy, you're part of the problem.
Boy. Well,
refugees.
Open the borders.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I get the flight attendant involved. She's so excited about this. She's like, she loves it. And so she's like, all right, I'll let you get the tray. And then 10 minutes go by, we're all eating, and she forgets, and she picks up her tray out of, habit. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you took the tray. That was going to be my move. She's like, oh, shit, I'm such an idiot. So I go, all right, I got a new plan. She's sitting next to this hot guy, which was killing me.
Oh, boy.
Gorgeous man.
Now, how do you know she's not with this fellow?
I thought she was, but I asked Kyle, and he's like, they haven't said a word to each other. So I think you're good.
Maybe they've been together a while.
I know. That's what I was thinking. But he's like, I think you're good. I was like, all right, well, fuck it. We got to just go with your gut here. So I tell the flight attendant, get that guy up. Just tell him you got to talk to him. Something.
What?
Yeah, just do that. And she was like, you got it. And I was like, all right, great. So she gets the guy up. She goes, can we talk to you up front? It's a bit of an emergency. And the guy's like, what the hell? He's freaking out. So he gets up, and I get up, and I swoop in. I just sit down. And she's still on her laptop.
Yeah.
And she's not even looking at me. I think she thinks I'm the other guy.
Of course.
And so finally I go, any good movies on this plane? And she looks over and she just goes, jaw hits the floor.
Wow.
Speechless.
Wow.
She goes, oh my.
Big mouth.
What are you, she's doing that. It was like out of a movie. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And I go, boy, you look great. And I'm cool as a cucumber because I was ready.
Yeah.
And she's like, what? And I'll never forget this. She looks at me right in the eyes and she goes, oh my God, you fooled me. And it was like it was like out of a 20s film. It was amazing. Fooled me.
Well, she's like R.P. McMurphy in Chief.
Yeah, I'll take it. You fooled me. But she said it so sweet, like, oh my God, you fooled me. It was
how
beautiful.
Did you fool?
Because she didn't know. Because I was texting with her. She didn't know I was on the plane.
Oh, I see.
I should have said I sent a few more texts, like, "Oh, you're going to New York. Oh, I can't wait to see you."
Now, did she suspect now that you're only texting because you saw her in Florida?
No, because I texted the night before.
Right, but maybe you glanced at her or something.
No, that was all kismet.
Wow.
Yeah. So Now we're like hugging on the plane where she's like, I can't believe you. This is so crazy. I was like, yeah, we got to hang out in New York. She's like, yeah. And then the stewardess or the flight attendant's kind of like, all right, I can't hold this hot guy anymore, you weirdo. And I was like, all right. So I let her.
Why don't you switch seats? Give the guy the first class. Sit with the dame.
I felt like it would peter out. It was so much magic.
Wow.
I didn't want it to peter.
Yeah, you want magic Peter. Or Dunnigan
Peter.
should give up his first class. He takes her seat. She gets the first class. Then you're really in.
He was willing to do that, but again, I was doing so well. I didn't want it to fade away.
Yeah, no Peter.
I hate fade. I hate Pete. So I was like, I gotta go back. She's like, okay, blah blah blah, and the arm touch, unreal,
like Lecter.
Yeah. So I go back to my seat. I'm like punching Kyle, like, we did it. We're going crazy. He's like, this is amazing. Rachel's freaking out. Rachel's like, oh my God, this is so cute. And we land. I go out. I unboard or whatever the hell you call it.
D-board. Yeah.
And also known as A board. Get out. I say, I wait for her. I go, hello. We walk to the baggage claim together. We hit it off. We hug. We say we make a plan for the night. We meet that night.
Wow. You don't take a cab home together?
No, I had my own car.
All right.
She had her own car.
You double D-board.
And then we spent the whole weekend together.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like you should marry this dame.
It was magic, my friend.
Do you have 2 legs?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, I'm not as into her.
Yeah.
I really want a one-legged gal.
Boy, you're really poo-pooing this. I thought this would be fireworks.
It's unbelievable, but it's so unbelievable it's hard for me to wrap my head around.
Well,
so there's a girl that you knew in New York. She moved to L.A. She just happens to be in Tallahassee on the same airplane the day after you're talking about her.
Well,
and Dunnigan somehow recognizes her in a window seat. He's the last one on the plane.
There's a couple things.
It's not adding up.
There's a couple things I left out, but I was trying to make it a smooth story. I didn't want to digress. I can go back and touch on these facts if you really want.
No need to touch. It's
I
just
can
hard
touch.
for me. It's very hard.
Whole weekend.
It's a crazy, crazy thing.
I have photos of us together on 8th Avenue.
It's not that I don't believe you. It's just crazy. It's hard to...
It's wild.
I mean, Dunnigan, this guy should be working for the FBI. He's just spotting these women from a cell phone picture of the day before.
You're spotting dimes?
I mean, this guy's like a fucking detective.
Well, there was a part I left out with that, too, because I was trying to keep some... What do you call it?
Lineage.
Anonymity.
Anonymity. I always struggle with that word, too, but they made me learn it.
Yeah. Oh,
Aluminum.
Right. Aluminity. Anonymity.
Anonymity.
Oh, wow. Anonymity.
I can't say the word, hold on, what's the word I can't say? Familiarity.
Familiarity.
I cannot say that word.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Familiarity.
It's kind of like Famiglia pizza. Is it Famiglia?
La Familia.
Familia.
Yes, it's Italiana.
Sabaro?
I say Sabaro.
I don't know.
I kind of
just
right. Mendo. I think it is.
Sabaro?
You gotta fuck the S and the B are fucking in the ass and coming on the Kyle. Sabaro.
Right. I've been there.
Think.
Well, maybe I'll eat there more.
But now is she moving back to L.A. or where is she?
Yeah, she was just visiting.
Wow.
Yeah, and we spent the whole week. It was magic, man. Magic.
Boy, that is magical.
Yeah.
There's fairy dust all over this asshole.
Yes, sirree, Bob. That asshole was sparkling, baby.
Did you tell her about Kyle?
No.
Good thing you scrubbed that cock in the tub.
Oh, my God.
Man, can you imagine if she smelt this woman's asshole?
That sink looked like a toilet bowl.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy.
So, it was just a magical weekend. And how about this? When we walk on the plane, I was making fun of Kyle. I was like, boy, you really bombed last night. And this flight attendant goes, hey, don't you say that on this plane. I go, get the fuck, come on.
Oh, yeah, you can't say bomb on a plane.
Don't. I was like, I'm joking. He didn't bomb. He's a funny comedian. That's what I thought she meant.
Right.
I was so out of the loop. And she was like, no, you can't say bomb. I was like, oh, my God, get out of here.
Well, because ISIS just bombed the fucking airplane. That's why.
Did they?
Yeah, the Russian airplane. They knocked down a whole fucking 747 or whatever the fuck.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I feel bad. I shouldn't have said Muslim. I mean, that's not even a piece. I should have said,
Yeah.
Whatever.
Terrorist.
Yeah, terrorist.
Oh, boy.
Because I'm very pro-Muslim.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't know about very pro, but you get it.
Yeah, but just a great night in New York, a great weekend in New York with her there, and 6 sets on Saturday night. We flew back on Saturday night. 6 sets, and I met up with Phil Hanley to watch his special at New York Comedy Club at like 12:30 at night. I think they come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I pounded back a few whiskeys and met up with this gal.
Wow.
Yeah, it was cool because I had a bunch of dames lined up, but when this girl's priority,
you
she takes
clear.
precedent. Precedent?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Precedent.
That's one of those words I use. I don't really know. I just use it when it sounds right.
I would say about 40% of the words I use, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Right. Lineage.
Yeah, I've been using the word implore for years. Today I posted on Facebook. Once you post on social media, you have to Google it to make sure. And you're like, okay, all good.
Ladies and gentlemen, I implore you.
Yeah, and I had to look it up, but it's so refreshing when you look something up and you're like, all right, I got it. I had that one.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
The worst is when you look it up and you go, I still don't know what it means.
Yeah.
The definition is a little kooky, and then you're like, use it as a sentence, and the sentence is wacky.
Yeah.
So, it's like 2:30 in the morning. She texts me. I'm just waiting all night for her. All these other girls are pissed off. And I just go, hey, what are you up to? She goes, hey, what are you up to? And I go, just seeing, just want to hang out. And she goes, well, where are you? I'll come pick you up. So she goes, I'm on 12th Street and 6th Avenue, just walking home. Because I was like, well, I guess she's not going to comply. That's another one, comply. And she goes, I'll pick you up. So I ran into a bodega, and I bought a banana and a rose.
Wow.
Yeah. And I ate the banana because I figured we'd be blinking all night.
Yeah, you need the potassium.
Yeah, I don't want to get cramps. And then I got the rose, and I gave her the rose and jumped in the car. It was really just a whirlwind. I felt like a princess.
Wow, single rose. Did you have it in your mouth at any point?
No, because it was in that goopy anal water.
Ah, goopy web.
Yes. Oh, callback there.
Boy, Kyle's mother gave you some business for the rose.
Yeah.
Goopy anal water. Wow, that was a stretch, but she's a stretch.
Yeah. I stretched a web out on that back.
Oh, God.
Jeez.
We just lost all the female listeners.
Yeah.
By the way, how about that email from the female listener that didn't like the Joe Carg episode?
Oh, come on.
That was controversial.
Joe Carg, that was a great episode. She was probably the chick he fucked.
Oh, boy. Well, she's not going to like that.
Well, let me know let me throw this by you there, clean cut Charlie.
I got a beard.
All right. Well,
how about Charlie Sheen with HIV? You're going to be Charlie if you're not careful.
I know.
Fucking all these Ubers in the ass.
Yeah.
That's how you get HIV.
I'm so dumb. I was like, ass. It's nothing wrong with the ass. And then I was like, oh, gay guys, AIDS, all that.
Yeah, that's where I think there's more. Also, I've heard, and this might be a rumor from the 80s, but the ass is so tight that it's spreading the pee hole open a little bit more.
Oh,
and there's more things going in there.
Jesus.
And then the ass stretches because it's not meant for that. So there's you get like red and blood and business in there because it's unnatural. You're not supposed to be fucking people in the asshole.
I'm not crazy about it. I don't get it.
I'm not into it either.
Yeah.
It's not what you're supposed to be doing.
Some chicks dig it.
Yeah, some are into it, I guess. They say the Greek, boy, we're just being flat out racist here, but the Greeks.
Well, you can make fun of people that look white.
Racial, I guess.
Yeah.
Rachel Feinstein. But evidently these Greeks, they all fuck in the ass. Maybe that's a myth from the 80s as well.
Yeah. I heard that too.
Yeah, but I think maybe that was because the 20s, whenever Cleopatra and stuff.
That was always weird learning about the Greeks. They're like, oh, this is where they had orgies. You're like, whoa. How did we get here? I'm 8. Yeah. And the vomitorium? That's kooky.
Did you ever watch Caligula?
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
Twice last night.
That was a good flick.
Not bad, a little long.
Yeah, I had a reference to Caligula in my act.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Well, let me know what you think about this there, Pancho Villa. So I wake up at this girl's house, the magic chick, and I look in the mirror. My hair I had like a mad scientist thing going on. My hair was all over the road.
Yeah.
And I go, geez, I'm getting a haircut today. This is a problem.
I'm for that.
So I go to my neighborhood. I walk around. I find like one of those old school lather on the face, strop, Polish guy, Turkish guy in there with the big chairs and the whole just dudes in lab coats, one of those.
Sure.
I love those. So I go in and I see the guy at the front and I go, hey, can I get a haircut? And he goes, you got an appointment? And I go, who makes an appointment for a haircut? And he goes, all right, sit down. And then they called my name in 2 seconds. I was like, oh, great. I really need an appointment. But I sat there and I read like a men's weekly, like I was a real man.
Yeah.
And they finally called me up and the guy throws the tarp around me. He goes, how do you want? I go, just trim it up, my good man. He trims it up. There's music playing, the whole thing. The guy's really, good dude, really knows what he's doing. And there's an old couple comes in, like classic white-haired couple, guys wearing like a 3-piece suit. The wife's in like a fur coat. Older, like waspy New Yorkers. And on the radio that's playing in the shop is like some hardcore gangsta rap. Like
gangsta rap at the Turkish place.
Well, it was, I don't know if it was Turkish. It might have been Italian. It might have been something. But they were something. So the hardcore, and it's just like N-word this, and my N-word's this, and me and my N-words, I'll kill you, I'll shoot you in the face. And the woman, I look over, which is hard to do when you're getting a haircut. You don't want to just look over. You might get a snipped ear.
Yeah.
But I look over, and she's like clenching her jacket, her mink.
Yeah.
And the guy's, the husband's just leaning back, getting a full shave. Like his face is barely visible. He's got the towel on the face and everything.
Yeah.
And you can tell she's wildly uncomfortable. And I see her tiptoe over and goes up to the door guy, and she goes, "Can we?" 2 seconds later, the music's changed.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, you got money matters. You know, you can get the music, you can get the whole place shut down if you have a mink coat, I think.
I know. It's just fascinating that, like, this is like hip music. This is what the kids are into, and she just couldn't take it. Like, she was scared.
Interesting. Well, if it's loud and there's N-words.
A lot of N-words.
Yeah.
That was like every punchline.
It's always strange to me, that N-word business, because I see it, there's cars driving around or pulling up, and they just have this music cranking, and this word is so controversial, and if you say it, you gotta go to rehab, and you gotta apologize. But then you just... This guy, well, it's 9 a.m, a guy goes to the bodega to get a sandwich, he leaves this music on, and it's the N-word, and you're the N-word, and suck my N-word, and shoot an N-word, and it's very odd.
It's
Because there's so many situations where you're just in public, or you're at a bar, and the N-word is just being blasted through an amplification system.
Right, the worst word of all time is just loud in your face.
Yes, and it's very topsy-turvy. It's very confusing.
Right.
Feminism and the N-word, both very confusing.
Yes.
Because feminism more so. Sarah and I always talk about this because some girls are like, check out my big tits and I suck dick. I love sucking dick. I'm a feminist.
Right.
I'll talk about it. And then other women are like, no, we're not. Our bodies aren't. I don't understand what it is.
And then you get like, we're independent, but then you're like, you got to put a ring on it. And you're like, well, which one is it?
Yeah, I don't really understand.
I don't get it either. But I just take a step back and I try to get laid.
Yeah, like Beyonce's a big. We talked about this the other day, I think, a couple weeks ago. She's a big feminist, but she's like, if you like it, then you got to put a ring on it, which is like, if you buy me a present, you can possess me.
Exactly.
I don't know why that's a feminist.
Yeah.
And it's not that I think it's wrong. I'm confused. I'm just asking questions here.
Right. Well, Bill Burr's got that joke about how, like, you're not a feminist, you just want all the good stuff.
Right.
Like, oh, this is his joke, but it's like, oh, yeah, you know, I'm trying to think of a feminist thing. Like, hey, we want to equal pay, but when there's a fire, women and children first.
Right.
So he's like, I'll take a little of this. Well, I don't want that. I'll take a little of that. And it's a funny bit.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
So I get the snip. How about this? The guy does a great job. Best haircut I've ever gotten. The haircut.
Oh, right. I forgot where we were.
I get out. I disrobe. It's one of those fancy joints. You know, he's got like the hot towel on the neck. He shaves the back of my neck, which is amazing. The hot foam. And, he's whipping you. He's getting all the hair off you. It's great.
He whips you.
He gives you a little towel whip.
Wow.
And then I get up there. I go, thanks, man. Geez, that was great. And he goes, yeah, just pay over there. And I go over to the guy and he goes, hey, $50.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
$50 for a fucking trim on my dumb head.
$50 for a haircut.
And then you got to tip the guy 10.
Yeah.
So you're out 60 bones.
I don't know if you have to tip 10.
I gave him 7.
Yeah, 7 sounds more like it. Well, how about this? Speaking of haircuts and who has it worse, men or women? I told my Sarah, she's like, if she wants a haircut, she hasn't got a haircut since the 70s, and it's frizzy and it's a fright, it's crazy. And I'm like, you know what? I'm doing pretty well right now. I'll get your hair.
That's nice.
I'm gonna get your hair.
What a hub.
300 bones for this fucking haircut.
Get the fuck out
And that's
of here.
low end. They dye it, they cut it, they swoop it, they
What?
swish it.
300
300's
clams?
low, baby.
No, that ain't low.
That's low.
Who you
Look
dating?
it up. Google
J-Lo?
it. Google it.
What?
300 is low end for a woman.
I better see her and be fucking stunned.
You're gonna be stunned.
I don't know.
I can get a stun gun for half the price.
No wonder girls get mad when you don't notice their haircut. They spent 3 boats and a mule on it.
And it's 11 hours. They're in there a day and a half.
Wow.
Yeah, and she showed me, she looked at one website. This is classic. She looked at the website, and it just shows the hallway of the place. It looked like a 5-star hotel. It looked like Grand Budapest Hotel. And I go, no, different place.
Yeah.
I don't even need to look at the prices.
Oh, my Lord.
There's a fountain. You're not getting your haircut at any place with a fountain with a $300 average.
Well, what about all those yentas you see in the movies? They're like got the beehive hairdos and they've got those burners on top of their head and they're reading like a Cosmo and they're like, Georgie said this. And you're like, that ain't $300.
Well, I think he's thinking of Goodfellas, and that was the 50s.
All right. Might have been the 60s.
Well, whatever.
Or the 80s.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what a yenta is. I was thinking a yak. I was thinking a thing with horns.
It's like a Jewish broad that's kind of yappy.
Oh, I see. Well, that's a little redundant if you ask me.
Hey-oh!
Take that, Jews.
American National.
Yeah, now we nailed the Muslims and the Jews.
Hebrew National.
Peace.
Yeah.
But $300 low end.
300 simoleons. I can't believe it.
Sometimes it's 400. They trim it and they put a little highlight in the business.
I want to do a little test. I want to put a lady in a $28 haircut and a $300. I bet you can't tell the difference.
Well, first of all, $28 is also high to me.
I agree.
I'm a $12
I love
guy.
a 12er. I love a 14. That's my speed.
I go to a place in the store. It's all Russians. They're very sweet. It's quick. I'm in there for 30 seconds.
Yeah. I love it. You don't want to break a 20.
And they all watch like a daytime bullshit.
Yeah,
it's always like these three Russian guys with swords and black eyes, and they're watching Judge Judy or whatever.
Sure, that's my speed.
Yeah.
And the magazines are out of date, and there's like a golf one.
Mm-hmm. Now, but you're in the West Village over there.
Yeah.
It's classy.
And the guys are in vests. They look like mixologists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good investment.
I'll never go back to that.
Yeah, these ladies' haircuts are crazy.
$300. You dropped that?
That's cheap. I'm telling you, that's cheap.
Now, what do you tip on that?
She's got to pay like the rest. I think you tip $50, and then it's another $100 for some other thing.
Moses.
I think the total is like $450. That's what they cost.
I don't feel like it's worth it.
But there's no other option, I don't think.
I could find one.
The girls just can't go to a barber shop. It seems weird because a girl, it just seems like you don't even need buzzer. You just cut the thing shorter. I think
you gotta layer it and level it.
Yeah, there's layers. It's like a cake.
Yeah, and you seen that shit where they the gals have like tinfoil in their hair? They're doing shit with that.
Yeah, they look like an old black and white set.
Right. Yeah, the rabbit ears.
Yeah, I don't understand it, but I'm happy when they do because they look hot. But one time Sarah went and she had like a bad haircut last time. She had bangs and they cut too short, so she looked a little weird. Or she thought she looked beautiful.
A lady with a bad haircut, that's a life ruiner.
I know, it's a whole thing. Because I've had a bad haircut and I wanted to take a life, but a woman,
me too.
But again, there's so much on looks with these bras. But there is on us too, and people don't just,
Yeah, but that's another kind of coming full circle. That's a bit of a down. That's a what's the opposite of a perk? A pick.
A perk, perks and
grievances.
There's Percocet.
There's flaw,
Xanax.
The central perk.
A perk, and a
peak, a high,
poke.
a high and a low.
What the hell's the opposite of a perk?
A perk. Go to thesaurus.
I guess
.com.
Just Google opposite of perk.
Yeah, it says loss or disadvantage.
Loss or disadvantage?
Perks and disadvantages.
See,
disadvantage. A perk and a disadvantage.
I guess so, but they should have a cute word like perk.
Yeah, I
another
agree.
one.
A dirk.
Perk and a dirk.
Yes, a dirk. Dirk Nowitzki.
How about a quirk? Perk and a quirk?
Well, quirk is good, though.
That's
a
already
quirk
a
can be a
word.
perk.
A quirk can be a perk.
Yeah, a lot of quirks.
Yeah, quirks and perks.
People describe me as quirky sometimes. There was a poster that says quirky humor.
You're not quirky at all.
I did Appleton, this is back in 2010, and they made a poster that said quirky humorist.
What?
Which I'm like, you might as well just write shitty comedian.
Yeah, or dumb, annoying guy.
Yeah, quirky humor. A humorist is somebody that does poems or something. I'm a comic.
Yeah,
Get
right.
the fuck out of here.
You're more queefy than quirky.
Yeah, I queef.
Quirky. Humorist. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
it was hurtful.
That's like calling you cunty loser.
Yeah, it really was not... That's not a way to sell tickets.
Nah.
Quirky humorist. It makes it sound like I'm going to read out of a pamphlet.
Yeah, quirky humorist is like a scientist who's a little jolly.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind
Quirky.
that.
All right.
Anyways, how about this? Speaking of quirkies
Please.
and cunts and perks,
Yeah.
I threw the cunts in there for fun. Boy, we even when we have a non-offensive, I'm talking about Muslims, I feel terrible. I'm sorry to everybody.
I said the F word, so.
Oh, yeah, but
I
you
feel-
quoted it to Schumer.
Aha,
She's
yeah.
big enough, it doesn't matter.
She
Well, maybe
hates
it matters
gays.
too much.
Right.
If they post, Mark Norman says Amy Schumer calls people fags, she might get,
That's true. How about this quote? Quirky humorist shits on Muslims.
I didn't shit on Muslims. I implied they could go in the cock. I don't know what the
There
fuck.
you go.
Who knows?
Oh.
I can't even keep track of everything.
Just a fun thing in first class. Let me just say this. I love this guy. I saw this guy in first class. Rachel and I walk on the plane. She's like, aren't I in 6A or whatever the hell? And there's a guy in 6A. And this guy, older guy, and he goes, oh, you sitting here? Oh, my bad. And he gets up and goes to the back of the plane.
Oh,
he was
that's-
just trying to get the seat.
That's great. That's like the Naked Gun.
I love that guy.
My favorite bit of all time, the Naked Gun.
Yeah.
When they're sitting on the two guys are sitting on the thrones with
yes.
the bunting and they're smoking cigarettes with their feet up.
Right.
That is my favorite gag of that whole movie. Maybe any movie ever.
They thought they'd get away with it.
It's so good.
That's
Just two
hilarious.
douchebags. And his feet are up. He's sitting on a throne.
The Queen's throne. That's great.
That's the best.
Dude, like schlubs.
The Naked Gun.
Oh,
that
so
movie
good.
is. I was just talking to Sarah about this. It's one of the few movies that's all gags and bits, but the plot moves. You can watch the whole thing.
It's still a movie.
Like Airplane, Kentucky Fried Movie, Top Secret. I have trouble just watching them in a sitting.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of go, all right, I pause it, I'll come back, I leave. You know what I mean? It just gets old. But that movie, like, it is gold.
Yeah, comedies are better when they're a movie, like Trading Places or Coming to America. Those are movies.
Right.
Caddyshack's a movie, but then you got like Anchorman, which is funny, but I guess there's a plot in that too, but it's all over the road a little bit.
Yeah, it's very odd. I don't know.
Jack Black's kicking a dog off a bridge. I don't know.
But The Naked Gun is that is the best.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, how about this? So the other night I'm at the Stand Comedy Club, which we love, and we love them all. We love stand up in New York.
Yeah.
So we're at the Stand, and boy, it's a hot show, and then it's a party. It's a Christmas party. So 75% of the audience, they know each other. It's their Christmas party, which is always like, this is gonna suck. This is never good.
Christmas? What are we in November?
Holiday party. Because you got to have a holiday. You can't say Christmas anymore because of the Muslims and the Zimbabwe's.
Yeah,
What's that one?
The refugees.
What is it called
the
again?
Turks and Caicos.
No, the holiday.
The Syrians. The Jews.
Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa. That's what I was thinking. I said Rwanda.
Kwanzaa.
What did I say?
Hotel Kwanzaa.
Yes, Kwanzaa, which I still don't know. I don't know. I've never met one person that celebrates Kwanzaa ever in my life.
I know it's a celebration of lights.
Lights?
It's a Afro-Americane. It's actually African.
Yeah, it's not African American. Like the black people celebrate Christmas.
Yeah,
all the ones I've ever met.
This
I've
is
met
African.
my share.
African.
African. AA. Anonymity. So anyways, I'm there, and I'm like, this is going to suck because it's a private... a show when everybody knows each other is never good.
Never good.
They're just, they control the room. And then there's like one table of people that isn't from the party. And then Pete Lee was late, so I have to go on first, which nobody asked me or switched or anything. It was just kind of like, all right, you're going on because he's not here. I'm like,
interesting.
All right. So you got to go on first, which is a much more difficult spot. It's one of these nights where you only have one spot. You know that night? We only got one set to do it.
Yes.
And I feel like maybe I'm spoiled because in New York you get to run around, and everywhere else you only get one set a night.
Right.
But anyway, I got the one set, so I got to try to crank everything I've been working on all day and the day before, the night before. I got to try to crank it all into this set. I go up, and there's two girls, and we talked about it before, and I love you ladies, and you have it harder in life.
The haircuts, my God.
But it is almost always women.
Sure.
When it's a problem in the audience. And it's two girls, young, hot girls. It's almost always young, hot girls, too. Mm-hmm. And they're just having a conversation, like we are. They could have been recording a podcast.
Wow.
And they're sitting in the front.
Yeah.
Front row. And they're just having a conversation. And I'm trying to just plow through because I don't want to be one of those guys, and I don't want to be a douche, and I want to get my work done. I'm here to work.
Yeah.
So I'm doing my set, and it's getting laughs, and finally after 8 minutes in, I go, what's going on over here?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Front row?
Front row.
Oh, my God.
I go, what are you doing? What's going on? And they just look at me like I'm an asshole, like I've ruined their night. They're just shocked, and they're like, what? And I'm like, you can't talk. What are you doing? You're having a full conversation? What is this? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
And she goes, we're talking about how great you are. Which is very annoying because I'm like, don't fucking condescend to me. I wanted to kick her head off her shoulders.
You have to listen to know how great I am.
Yeah, I never hit a woman, but boy, I really wanted to. I wanted to just, because they're at that level.
Yes.
Whenever there's someone talking, I just want to kick them right in the face.
You could punt it right into a field goal.
Yes. Punt into a field goal. You sound like a girl that's never watched a football game. Boy, that's that's sexist. This girls watch football.
Oh, boy.
Ah, Jesus. Everything I've said is wrong. I hate myself. Anyway, so she goes, yeah, fucking, we're talking about how great you are. And I go, no, don't condescend to me. Just stop talking. What are you doing? What's wrong with you? She goes, this is like my best friend. Literally, she says that. The audience, I go, it's her best friend. She goes, I haven't seen her in like 5 months. And this is what I was talking about before. When men are the problem in the audience, they go, I'm going to be a dick.
Right.
Fuck, hey, yeah, you're fat. Fuck you stink. Eat shit.
Yeah.
They're being an asshole. But women, they never know what's wrong. She is legitimately
confused.
Yes, she's like, I haven't seen her in 5 months. She's my best friend.
That's hilarious.
My mind is fucking blown. The audience laughs. Like they're like laughing at this person. And I'm like, well, maybe this isn't the venue for you. Why would you come here? This is insane.
Yeah.
They're not even in the back.
Yeah.
They're sitting in the front row having a full conversation, these nitwits.
Wow.
So then I'm just like, I try to go back to material, and it gets some laughs. And they start, of course, though, they go right back to talking because they have to talk about what just happened.
Oh,
they
my
can't
God.
not address it. They can't. They'd be like, "What was up with that guy? What a fucking weirdo nerd!"
Right.
And then like I'm also like I have a look of like I'm just like a nerdy guy. I got bad teeth and glasses, and they're like, "Fuck you." Hot women don't respect me as a fucking species.
So they go, this bitter dork.
Yeah, this fucking nerd. You probably don't get laid. You fag. Fuck you. And it sucks.
Yeah.
And it's just it's so annoying because like literally, this is my best friend. We haven't talked to each other in 5 minutes. Well, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about?
I love you. You're the bad guy. That's insane.
Literally, they look at me, and that was only one that said that. The other one's just staring at me like, you fucking worthless nerd.
Wow.
You're not even attractive. Fuck you. And it put hate in my heart. I was like,
Sure.
I hate you.
Yes.
I fucking hate you two people.
Also, it makes it worse when there's no rationalizing, when they're like, what's wrong with you? It's like, you're in the wrong. Don't look at me like that.
It's absurd.
Yeah.
But anyways, and so I just as soon as they lit me, I'm like, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
And then that thing where you're like, I got nothing to do now. Now I got no other sets.
Right.
I had one thing, 15 minutes. There's 24 hours in a day. It all led to this 15 minutes, and these two dumb nitwits were talking because they're best friends and haven't seen each other in 5 months. Well, go to the bar. Go get hot dogs.
Right.
Go kiss each other. Get $300 haircuts. You dumb.
Get on a Ferris wheel and chat.
Yes. Ferris Bueller's Wheel Off.
Uh-huh.
We got to wrap it up. Look at this time, for God's
boy,
sake.
that flew by. Holy hell.
Yeah.
Right. I got a lot more for the next show.
Yeah, we got to record another one. I got a bunch, too. I didn't get into Seattle. I got a bunch of Seattle shit. And
Sorry, I hogged the shit with that girl. It was she's so beautiful and perfect.
yeah, and she had a nice tattoo and weird asshole.
Oh, different girl.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Well, we got to wrap it up here, folks. But all the stuff, keep emailing us. Tuesdays with Stories at Gmails.
Yes.
All those emails are so touching. We don't have time to get back to all of them, but I read them periodically and I forward them to Mark. They are so touching.
Beautiful.
I mean, sweet. There was one guy that we helped him with his anxiety.
Yes.
And, that was so nice. And then the Chipotle gift cards, we can't thank you enough. And sometimes at these shows, we got to escape or we got to run off or there's other people. So we don't get the chance to put in the proper time, I feel like. But so grateful for everyone that bought shirts and brings Chipotle gift cards and comes out to these shows and tweets. And it's really, really sweet.
It is touching and it's moving. And we really appreciate it. And it keeps us going. You know, some days you're like, I don't know if anyone's listening. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But they're listening.
Yeah. So we keep going. And sorry for the people that hate us.
Yeah.
Or we offend. Sorry for everything I said in this episode. I'm really sorry.
I might have said too much. Sorry to that Uber driver.
Yeah. I love America and
it's a great country.
Refugees. It's a great country. It's this blindly just calling us the greatest is a little silly.
Well, people do want to come here. A lot of people come here.
Yeah, they want to come here. But
that says something.
Yeah, that's something. It's definitely, I don't want to live anywhere else.
No.
It's the best for our business. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
No question about that.
Should we give a shout out to Gay Paris?
What's Gay Paris?
Paris.
No, we're not those guys. What, are you kidding? Are you crazy?
I don't know. It seems I've seen it on TV.
Well, I feel bad that happened.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But it's terrible, and I hope it doesn't happen again. But I don't want to get into it.
All right, we gotta. Well, we really. That was my fault.
Then it perpetuates. Then the reactions to bombing, but that's why they're shooting. It's a whole thing.
Yeah. Well, you can't say that on a plane.
Yeah, they're shooting because we've been bombing. And so when they shoot, we start bombing. It's not, but I don't know the answer. I don't want you to think. Don't email me. I have no answer.
It's true. It's like, there's no free lunch.
They're related.
Yes.
That's not helping the cause. We start bombing. Those people that survive.
Right.
And let me just say, now I've gone too far.
Oh,
now I'm just going to get all kinds of hatred. But we can't act like we haven't killed hundreds of thousands of civilians ourselves. Let's just keep that in mind.
Right.
I hate when it happens, but France is our ally, and they're white, and they live similar to us, so it hurts much more because you can picture yourself. But there's a whole shitload of civilians that are being bombed as we speak by yours truly.
Oh, yeah.
So just keep it in mind.
Keep that in mind. I killed 2 people today.
Keep it in mind that we're not just, walking around watching movies and all of a sudden they just start shooting. These people didn't decide, we'll shoot these people.
Right.
They hate the way our way of life, which maybe there's something to that too. But I think it might have more to do with the decades of bombing and occupation.
Yeah. Okay, well, Write in, folks, and
Why did you say that? We got to edit every
No, it was
single
great.
thing.
That was lovely.
Make this a Mark episode. Everything I said, edit out.
Oh, get out of town.
Oh,
What is
God.
this, a live one?
But
Come
I
on,
love
you're doing
America.
fine.
I love America, and it is the greatest country, probably. I think.
Jeez, I'm going to cut you off now
Right.
before you start getting into Syria.
But I mean, Norway and Sweden and Canada, they're doing some pretty good things there too.
Yes, sirree, Bob. Well, you got any live dates you want to throw
Oh
out?
shit! I'll be at. Boy, I don't know if I want to now.
Yeah, people are going to show up with a Uzi.
I know. God, it is terrifying. I'm sorry I said everything. But I hope for peace. I'll be at Stand Up Scottsdale December 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Fun.
In Scottsdale, Arizona. That's a red state. That's nerve-wracking.
Oh, boy. That's a fun club.
Yeah, and New Year's Eve, Ann Arbor Comedy Club. New Year's Eve and January 2nd. No show New Year's Day. I'll be watching football. Ann Arbor Comedy Club. How about yourself there, Lash LaRue?
I don't know when this is coming out, but...
Tuesday. We'll put it out Tuesday.
Oh, yeah?
Why not?
All right, well, we got some some logs going.
I know, but, well, I don't know.
All right,
Who knows?
well. Jeez Louise. Tuesday. All right, come see me Wednesday night. If you're in Hattiesburg, I'm doing Brewskis, I think it's called. It's going to be a great show, doing an hour, headlining that. Then I'm going to be at the Dark Comedy Festival in Toronto in December, Magoobies in December, and opening for Schumer in Milwaukee and a couple other places. I'm in Fort Lauderdale the night after Christmas, and I'm with Schumer for New Year's. So come on out, folks.
All right, we'll see you. We love you. America. Woo!